How pleased were you with the performance on the weekend?
Yeah, it was a really pleasing performance in the end. We were a little frustrated at half-time with the way that the game was playing out, albeit we were playing some really strong footy. But I think Nixie mentioned in his post-game presser that he just encouraged the boys to relax and enjoy their footy. And we tinkered with a few structural elements which allowed us to get the game on our terms. And to the boys' credit, in the second half, we defended really well, much better than the first half. Our contest work lifted, and we got the reward off the back of it. So particularly the second half was a really pleasing sign for us.
So the leads and a key defender each week. What do you lead this week, I guess, with Butts out, do you think?
Yeah, we've had a challenging couple of weeks with Murray a couple of weeks ago and then Butts on the weekend, so we had to shuffle in game, which obviously wasn't planned. But we'll have a good look probably later in the week, give it Wednesday, Thursday around what that mix will look like. Went to the SANFL yesterday and saw a number of our guys at SANFL level playing some really strong footy, our talls and our smalls. And what you saw on the weekend was we shuffled the decks and had Chase Jones play behind the ball. We've seen Lockie Scholl, Rory Sloan as well help us out down back. So it's not always going to be a case of like for like from week to week. So we'll assess that later in the week with match committee and see whether we need a tall, whether we go small, or whether we play a hybrid. So yeah, it's still only Monday, and we'll work through that later in the week.
Who are some of those players actually putting their hand up in the set who impressed you on the weekend?
Yeah, look, I'll probably end up going through all of them, but our talls down there with Mark Keane and James Borlace have been playing some really strong footy. Will Hamill, Paddy Parnell, and the likes have all been playing some strong footy there too. So it's pleasing that, I think we've said it for a number of weeks now, when our guys at SANFL level are performing, gives us confidence at match committee that we can sit there and say they're ready to come in and play a role for us.
Not asking you to pick a team on Monday, but if it was to be a tall, Keane and Borlace, what are the sort of differences between them and what they would provide in a tall back role in the AFL?
Oh, you'd probably have to ask Burnsy that in great detail, and you sort of are asking me to pick the team here a bit, aren't you? The difference in the two of them, one's Irish and one's Egyptian, so there's a bit of difference between the two of them, but they both got unique skill sets. They're both big, strong boys and have developed really well over the last, particularly James over the last few years with us, and we've known Mark's been in the system previously with Collingwood, so both got a different skill set that help us out in different ways. And as I said, it's not always going to be a case for like, but those two are certainly doing all they can.
How's Geordie? Butty?
Yes, but I never call him Geordie. Yeah, he's okay. He, after the game, was in good spirits and seemed like he was okay. He's obviously in the concussion protocols. I haven't seen him yet this morning, but I believe that he's going all right.
No facial injuries, anything like that?
Not that I'm aware of, no. No, I don't think so.
I guess given, another strong performance at home, but now, doing a away game, I guess we've kind of spoken a fair bit about, you can win at home but not really away. How important is it this week to at least try and get that away win you'll be searching for somewhere? Yeah,
we're well aware of the challenge that's presented this week. It's going to be away from home for us, which we're aware that's our next sort of frontier for us, and what a huge challenge against the team that's sitting right next to us on the ladder. So it's at the Dome, which we know is a really hard ground to defend on, quick ball movement, the way that Essendon play their game and like to attack the corridor, so it's going to be a great challenge for us. But I think it's a step that we need to take and we're ready to take. So we showed a couple of weeks ago against Collingwood at the G that we're up for the challenge. And hopefully we can take that next step this weekend.
Take much out of Saturday night against Port Adelaide?
Yeah, look, it's we will certainly have a good close look at it. Watched it live, and it looks like there's certainly some things that we'll be challenged with, and things that we can hopefully challenge them with. But I guess similar to most weeks, we go in and focus solely mostly on what we do and what we do well, and obviously pick out a few things that we know the opposition are going to try and challenge us with. And so already having a quick look at the Bombers, we know that they move the ball really quickly and like to take us on through the middle of the ground. So we'll certainly try and be strong defensively, and the rest of our game will come from that.
You've got a pretty good sample size now at BB. Get a bit of an indication internally where you think you are in the AFL pecking order?
I think what we've got great confidence out of now is that we know our best footy is more than good enough to mix it with anyone in the comp. it's a challenge, and we say it every week, is to back that up for 4 quarters. And the beauty of the comp is that the teams don't allow you to do that week in, week out. And when we have been able to put the foot down, we've certainly made it count. And this weekend's going to be a great challenge for us to try and maximise opportunities when we get them, and try and nullify Essendon when they get their chances. So those swings in momentum and important moments in game, particularly when we're not at home, is going to be, as I said, the start of our next frontier and how we move forward.
I know it's an important area, given Essendon so closely on the ladder, but now that it's so close in the race, the finals where you've got probably every team from Richmond up that probably going for it. I mean, does it take on any added importance this week to try and get a win?
Oh, every week from here on in is going to be important. We know we're right in the hunt at the moment, and it's right where we want to be honest. So, it is about taking it just this week, and then we'll reassess and see what opportunity presents next week. But obviously we know, as I said, they're sitting right next to us on the ladder. It's a really important game, and we want to make sure that we put our best foot forward and come away with the result that we think we're ready for.
Being in the hunt, running into finals, give you an opportunity to sort of find out a lot about a few players who haven't been in this position before.
Yeah, look, it's a great learning experience for us as a group. There'll be a lot of our young guys that haven't been in this position, and by no means are we anywhere near where we want to be yet. Still a number of weeks away from the pointy end of the year, and we've got a lot of work to do between now and then. But I guess the preparation between now and the end of the season is every game's important, as I just said. So it's a matter of fronting up every week and building on our consistency. And look, for the large part of the year, we've actually been playing some really solid footy and challenging week in, week out. It's probably been only the once where we haven't been at the level we'd like. So, it's a challenge to finish off the year strongly, and we firmly believe that the results look after themselves.
Is it a different buzz, like even just trainings like today, little ones, like, as opposed to
Yeah.
being where it was last year when the season may have been?
There's probably there's a different growth within the group, and with growth comes different expectations. But what I do love about this group is whether it be round 1 or round 15, they come in with the same attitude every week, and they're upbeat and they're ready to attack what's put in front of them. But it's part of our growth as a group to be in this position where we can hopefully keep pushing and challenging to where we want to be.
How's Rory Sloan travelling, I guess, physically? I mean, is he in line for a rest soon, or?
Yeah, Nixie touched on it after the game in his presser, but we have been really methodical with how we've managed Rory throughout the year, whether it be through training loads and his minutes in game, and that's had really good effect for us, particularly in the last half of games. I mean, look, on the weekend, I think Sloaney had 23 touches and 6 clearances in the second half, which I don't think happens to a young man like Sloaney at his age if we hang him out there all game. But his importance to us in the back end of games from round 1 onwards has been incredible, and it's been through a bit of management, but also through a bit of spirit from Sloaney as well. So he's in good shape at the moment.
And as someone I guess you played with an our coach, I mean, Taylor Walker's leading the Coleman. I mean, what would that be if he could actually finish with the award? I mean, what would that kind of mean? Yeah.
Oh yeah, look, those rewards come weeks down the track now, and it's a byproduct of the way we're playing. So I reckon if you ask Tex, would he rather have a Coleman medal or would he be playing finals footy, I 100% know what his answer would be. So we'll keep getting to work, and the rewards for the individuals, they come naturally when you become a good team.
Just on that, baby, how well is your forward line going?
They're going well. They're going really well. Look, we give them enough supply. We're really confident that we get the job done and we kick a winning score. And a bit of our frustration on the weekend was we were scoring. We were probably getting scored against too easily. So what we did tighten up in the second half was our ability to defend and elevated our contest work. But we know when we defend at the level, our forwards are in much better position. Our ball movement flows off the back of it, and they only need half a sniff and they kick a winning score for us. So some really good signs with some good method.
A line on Rob and his performance on the weekend, given that midfield.
Yeah, Rob was really strong on the weekend. Really pleasing to see. He was really influential in the outcome of the game, and he's really important for us when he gets to that level, and he competes hard in the ruck, has a presence around the ground in the air, and 3 shots on goal on the weekend for the big fella too. So had a really good game for us, which is important.
Last couple.
8 years ago, Phil Walsh's passing today. Be comfortable taking a question about that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Just wondering, I mean, legacy is hard to define, but I guess what do you think his legacy has been for this club, even though he was here for such a short time? And
Yeah.
give you pause for reflection on a day like this? Or?
Yeah, look, it's I guess when we look back at, I remember Walshy when he was coaching that year, and that was probably the hardest pre-season I think I'd ever done. The way that he made us train and the intensity that we trained at, probably different to every training I'd ever done before, and wasn't the one I sort of liked. I liked the longer sort of sessions, the Neil Craig styles, but he really tested us as a group to train with intensity and train at a level that we hadn't seen before. And what that did was, I guess, elevate our mindset for that year in particular. And looking back at it now, a number of the boys that are still here, they look back on it fondly to go, that showed me a level I hadn't been to before. So I guess that mindset, that to really push yourself and extend yourself is probably what sticks around from Walshy's time here with us, that's for sure.
Is it brought up today in the club, or is it brought?
I haven't seen all the players today, but no doubt the boys that were involved with Walshy all those years ago now will certainly have a time to reflect.
Do you remember more about the coach or the man, do you think, BB?
A bit of both. Yeah, look, as a coach and as a man, he was a very intense human being, but had a great deal of care for every one of his players, and left a lasting legacy on us through the way that he cared and the way that he coached us so hard.